You shouldn't have listened.
The window across the alley blinked at the same time I did. Its light was off, yet a faint reflection showed a figure pacing behind my own curtain. When I stepped left, it stepped right. Then it raised my hand and waved first. "I'm Aaron. I rent a third-floor studio in a converted factory downtown. Brick walls, narrow alley view, and one window that faces another building about 6 feet away. Same height, same shape. For months, it stayed dark, dusty, unlived in. One night around 1:27 a.m., I saw light flicker there, blue-white, like a TV glow. Curious, I pulled my curtain. The opposite room looked identical to mine, same furniture placement, same floor lamp, even the same plant by the sill. But no one had moved in. I waved half-jokingly. My copy waved first. I froze. Thought I'd mistimed it, so I tried again. I lifted my hand, held it still, waited 2 seconds. The reflection across lifted before me, anticipatory, almost impatient. Then both bulbs snapped off. The next morning, the opposite window was dusty again, blinds half closed as if the night had never happened. I told my neighbor. He said that building's been sealed since 2009 for asbestos work. That night, the glow returned. This time, the figure wasn't me. It stood closer to the glass, head tilted, shoulders too narrow. I could see its mouth shape a word, Aaron, through the dust on the pane. I grabbed my phone and recorded. On playback, a soft whisper came through the mic. "He keeps looking." Now, whenever I approach the window, my reflection lags half a beat behind. Sometimes it smiles late. Sometimes it doesn't smile at all. Last week, I noticed new fingerprints on the inside of the opposite glass. Same pattern as mine, reversed. The dust disturbed only where my hand would rest if I leaned forward. Yesterday, a city crew boarded that window from the outside. I felt safe for a while. Tonight, the boards are still there, but light leaks through the seams. And behind that, something taller than me keeps moving, slow and deliberate, matching the rhythm of my breath against the glass. The hotel window fogged from the outside. I wiped it clean and found a palm print already pressed there. When I touched it, it was warm. Then the reflection whispered, "Check out." My name's Melissa. I travel for insurance audits, which means cheap business hotels with identical corridors and key cards that never work. Room 12 was ordinary. Beige curtains, humming AC, window facing the parking lot. At 2:05 a.m., I heard tapping on the glass. 3 slow taps, fingertips soft. I looked out. Empty lot, mist from sprinklers. But a handprint remained. Small, thin fingers pressed from outside 20 feet up. I took a picture. The next flash showed faint writing below the print, letters formed by condensation. "Hello again." I hadn't been there before. I checked the outer wall next morning. No ledge, no access. Maintenance shrugged. Probably residue. That night, the writing came back. New words formed backwards so they'd read correctly from inside. "Don't open the curtain." Of course I did. A face waited inches from mine, blurred, child-sized, eyes wide and unblinking. Then gone. The glass stayed warm where it had been. At 3 a.m., the smoke detector beeped once. Its test light flashed Morse. 3 short, 3 long, 3 short. SOS. When I stepped toward the door, the window latch clicked open behind me. I slammed it shut, dragged the dresser in front. The fog thickened until I could see movement in it, as if someone paced between panes of glass. Morning came pale and colorless. The inside of the glass now showed fingerprints trailing upward toward the ceiling. I packed fast. At checkout, the clerk said room 12 was supposed to be vacant. My booking was for 214. When I turned to argue, a cleaning woman passed with lemons. On the cart sat the window pane itself, detached, labeled in tape, room 12 replacement. Through the glass, condensation traced 3 words that hadn't been there before. Checked out late. The building across from ours still has its Christmas lights up. They flash Morse patterns that spell my name. At exactly 2:17 a.m., one window lights a second longer than the rest, and I swear I can see someone standing there holding my photograph. I'm Ben. I moved into a downtown high-rise 6 months ago. 30th floor, corner unit, panoramic view. Every night I work late, and every night the opposite tower blinks its lights in the same rhythm. At first I thought it was random timers. Then my partner joked it looked like code. We recorded an hour-long time-lapse, converted flashes to dots and dashes. It spelled, Ben, look. We laughed it off until the pattern changed to stay. I called the building's security office. They said that floor is under renovation, no tenants. Still, at 2:17 sharp, the single window lit again. This time the figure inside held something rectangular, like a picture frame facing me. When I zoomed in, the pixels formed my own balcony. I killed my lights, backed away. The next night, even with curtains closed, the light bled through edges, faint and rhythmic, pulsing with my name again. Then my phone camera opened by itself, selfie mode. It showed my living room empty, no me, but the window behind reflected the opposite tower glowing brighter. In the reflection, a shape leaned against my glass, inside, not out. I turned slowly. Nothing but condensation streaks on the inside pane spelled, turn around. At 2:18, the power surged. Both buildings went dark for 1 second. When mine came back, the opposite tower stayed black except one window, 30 floors up, where something still stood, luminous without source. The next morning, maintenance said my window sensors tripped during the outage, recording pressure variance consistent with door opening. Windows don't open on 30th floors. Now, each night the tower sends new patterns, short, deliberate, repeating phrases I can't decode fast enough. Sometimes I think it's warning me. Sometimes I think it's inviting. Last night it flashed once, long and bright. My phone buzzed with a new photo, me, asleep, viewed from the outside. No sender. Metadata shows timestamp 2:17 a.m. Same second the lights spelled closer. I taped cardboard over the windows. It helps until the glow bleeds through seams. Steady, patient. Every few minutes it dims, waits for me to blink, then brightens again, as if timing itself to my eyes. If I ever see daylight blink back in that rhythm, I'll know the message isn't across the skyline anymore. It's here, waiting for me to turn the lights off again.
The static on my car radio spelled words in the temperature display. Letters formed, one by one. Stop looking for us. Then the speakers filled with a low chorus breathing my name. Every station carried it. I'm Nate, freelance audio tech for emergency services. I monitor frequencies no civilian touches, dispatch, aviation, maritime. There's always chatter, always static. But last November, channel 442A went silent, completely flatline. Then it whispered, "Testing." The signal repeated hourly, each iteration clearer. By night 3 it said, "Do you hear yourself yet?" I recorded everything. The waveform contained spikes shaped like letters spelling yes. That shouldn't happen. Modulation can't encode words without data burst. Soon, every radio in the workshop synced to the same feed, even the ones without antennas. My laptop fan pulsed with the rhythm. The air smelled of heated copper. At 2:17 a.m., the building lights dimmed. The speakers crackled and produced a single long tone that vibrated in my molars. Then, overlapping voices formed, hundreds of me, each delayed, each saying different versions of the same sentence. "I found you first." The temperature display on the console flipped digits backward until it read 0110, binary for you. I tried pulling the breaker. Power returned instantly, independent. The radios hummed in harmony, feedback shaping faces in the oscilloscope. They mouthed words faster than I could write. I covered my ears. The sound moved inside my skull, bone conduction, direct. "You carry us now." I left the shop. On the drive home, every billboard flickered white, then black. Car stereo off, yet faint breathing continued through the dashboard vents, matching my pulse. Next morning, neighbors complained of low-level humming. I checked. Same frequency. I destroyed my equipment, melted the transmitters. But when I walk under power lines, streetlights flicker to the rhythm of syllables. Even unplugged earbuds whisper faintly when near my skin. The signal never needed radios. It only needed an ear. The tape clicked at 3:14 a.m. No power, no line, yet the reels turned. A woman's voice said, "You left me here." Then a second identical voice whispered, "Not long now." I'm Carrie. I inherited my mother's house after she passed last spring. She never threw anything out. 8 rooms of dust and rotary ghosts. In the den sat her old answering machine, beige, cracked, still plugged into a dead phone jack. While clearing shelves, I heard the soft mechanical whir click of the reels. The LED blinked red. New message. I pressed play. Static. Then breathing. Then my mother's voice, smaller than memory. "Dinner's ready. Don't be late." That message should have died 20 years ago. I pulled the plug. The light stayed on, drawing power from nothing. I opened the casing. No batteries. Just tape spinning slowly backward, unspooling decades. More messages surfaced through distortion, dozens overlapping. Birthdays, recipes, then tones of panic. "Who's in the hall?" Each rewound itself mid-sentence, as if editing history. By midnight, the machine recorded live again. I heard my own footsteps echoing before I moved. Then a new voice, mine, flat. "Stop deleting me." I slammed stop. The reels kept rolling. A line of heat spread through the table beneath it, the plastic humming like a beehive. When I listened next morning, the final message ended with a sound like someone exhaling into my ear from the speaker grill. The voice said, "Last call." I buried the unit in a storage bin, but every night my phone logs a missed call from the 7-digit number starting with 000. Voicemail plays 3 tones followed by silence long enough to hear breathing through metal. Yesterday, the line finally spoke again. My mother's voice, older, brittle. "I kept your place on the tape." The mic was off. Still, it hissed, like air drawn through teeth. Then it spoke my name, dragging the vowels through static, and when I replayed it, I heard myself answering. I'm Dylan, field engineer for a podcast studio downtown. We test new portable recorders, little handheld rigs meant to survive interviews in storms or train stations. The one that haunted me was model AR6, prototype, unreleased. It started the night I stayed late to back up files. The lights cut at 11:02 p.m. I tapped the recorder's faceplate. It pulsed once, blue. Not on, not off, just listening. When I pressed play, it coughed out a voice buried in static. Is that me? The timestamp showed tomorrow's date. I deleted the clip. 5 minutes later, it returned. Same length, same tone, one extra word. Still. The next day, every backup file carried a faint echo beneath dialogue, like a second take recorded a second too late. The waveform looked identical except for a low swell, almost heartbeat tempo. I isolated it, boosted gain. The echo wasn't echo. It was my voice whispering each line back half a beat behind, slower, breathier, like lungs dragging through wires. By nightfall, the recorder turned itself on whenever silence lasted more than 6 seconds. It captured rooms that weren't mine. Sound of boots on tile, water dripping, someone exhaling into the mic from inches away. I smashed the batteries out. Still, the LED glowed faintly, internal power cell maybe. I left it on my desk and went for coffee. When I came back, the recorder had moved 6 inches closer to my chair. Playback began without a hand near it. My own voice said, "Don't go." Then the hum behind the words deepened, turning into a low mechanical purr. The walls vibrated. Every screen flickered white, displaying one phrase in waveform shape. Stay on mic. I dropped the recorder into a metal drawer and shut it. The sound didn't muffle, it grew as if the drawer became a speaker. The knob buzzed warm under my palm. Now every mic I touch carries that faint subtone, a second signal hiding under mine. Even my phone's voice memo app. When I talk, the level meters spike before I speak. Something on the line anticipates me. And sometimes, when I stop mid-sentence, it finishes the thought. Perfect diction, my cadence, just a half second too late.